Yeah. This is Yashar from God Was Manifest in the Flesh Church out here in Long Beach, California. Once again, coming to you again, brothers and sisters of Israel and all the elect. What we're about to do is go over Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 7 to prove to you that this is not talking or speaking of Assyrian. Thou shalt not abhor Assyrian, but it's talking about the Edomites, so-called white people. We shouldn't abhor or hate them. Okay, so let's go into a documentation or a video on GMS trying to disprove this, and we go see, according to what's the scripture, Job, I believe it's Job chapter 12 verse 20 and Job 17 and verse 4, that the Most High has taken away GMS, the elders, their understanding. Okay, so let's go into the video, okay, and prove it once again. Get it right quick.
Roll the stone. And it came to pass when Jacob saw Rachel, the daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, his mother's brother, and the sheep of Laban, his mother's brother, that Jacob went near and rolled a stone from the well's mouth and watered the flock of Laban, his mother's brother. Right? And
so what he's going over right now is Genesis chapter 29, verses 9 to 15. Okay, he's trying to prove with this scripture, GMS, Arayalam, okay, he's trying to prove with this scripture that that Jacob and Laban and all of them were Syrian, or not Jacob, but he's trying to prove that Laban was the brother to Jacob, which was and Laban was a Syrian. But this scripture is not speaking of that. We go continue though. Let's go ahead.
You notice it keeps saying brother, all right? Because technically Laban was Jacob's uncle, but it keeps calling him. It keeps saying, Laban, his mother's brother. In other words, Jacob's mother's brother, Rebecca. And Jacob kissed Rachel.
See right there. And you don't need to go any further. It's right there. What is he trying to prove? He just said that Laban was Jacob's uncle, okay, and his mother's brother was Rebecca. So Rebecca and Laban were brothers and sisters. And if Rebecca took Isaac and had Jacob, that would make Rebecca Jacob's mother, and Laban is his uncle. Okay, Laban is his uncle, and that would make Jacob the nephew of Laban. Okay, so what is he doing? Let's go on and prove it. This is nothing but vain talk, nothing but air coming out.
And lifted up his voice and wept. And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother, and that he was Rebekah's son. And she ran and told her father. And it came to pass, when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob his sister's son, that he ran to meet him and embraced him and kissed him and brought him to his house. And he told Laban all these things. And Laban said to him, Surely thou art my bone and my flesh. And he abode with him the space of a month. And Laban said unto Jacob, Because thou art my brother. What? Laban said unto Jacob, Because thou art my brother. Shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught? Tell me what shall thy wages be? All right. So what happened? Laban called Jacob his brother.
Now why did Laban call Jacob his brother? Because they were relatives, they were kinfolks, they were family. But that wasn't his actual brother, in the sense that that Laban would have to be the son of Rebekah. In order for Jacob and Laban would have to be brothers, and Rebekah would have to be their mother. But Rebekah was the sister to Laban. So that was just another way of saying my family, my kinfolks, my brother, close relatives, okay, like my son, my fam, okay, my kinfolks. That was just another way of saying that. That wasn't his actual brother. Okay, let's go ahead.
That's why it said in Deuteronomy, the 23rd chapter, and the 7th verse, it says, "Thou shalt not abhor a Syrian, for he is thy brother." Why? Because through Rebekah's brother Laban, through Bethuel, they were like closely related to us. You know, that's what we.
See, he just said it. They were closely related to us. Okay. None of them were really Syrian. They just dwelt in the land of Syria, and he goes over that. So this is a vain attempt to prove that Deuteronomy, or should I say, Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 7 is talking about a Syrian. It shouldn't be Edomite, but Syrian. You can't use this scripture to prove that. Okay. So he just said they were closely related. So let's move on.
We're supposed to abhor them. You know, we were supposed to, look down upon them because they did help us out. As opposed to Esau, which is really our real brother, he didn't help us out, man. That bastard didn't help us.
Now, he said they helped us out. When you read 1 Kings, the 6th chapter, or should I say 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, and 1 Kings chapter 20 and verse 22, they did not help us out. We were smiting them, okay, killing those Syrians, okay. They came up against Elisha. Elisha blinded them, okay, a whole army, and led them back to Samaria and told the Most High to open their eyes again. And they ended up in Samaria. They didn't know what had happened. And if you read 1 Kings chapter 20 and chapter 22, it tells you Israel was smiting the Syrian army. Okay, so they wasn't always helping us.
No, and that bastard is going into slavery. All right. And the only other place where this number 130 appears is in the book of 1 Kings, the 11th chapter. Right, 1 Kings, the 11th chapter. And I don't know if it's the 14th verse or a little further down where.
What he's doing, he's lying once again. But what I want to do is go into the Hebrew Masoretic text, okay? And this is written by, translated by Ben Chaim. It's the Daniel Baumberg edition. It was a reprint made in 1886, okay, by the British, the British and Foreign Bible Society, okay, Old Testament, Hebrew, English, the Holy Scriptures, and it has some written over here in Hebrew. Okay, this is a reprint in 1886 from the Hebrew Masoretic text of Ben Chaim. This is the same Hebrew that this was from approximately 1524, 1525. Okay, edited by Daniel Baumberg, edited by Ben Chaim of the Hebrew Masoretic family of the Ben Chaim family. This is the same Hebrew that the King James translators used when they translated the Old Testament, okay, into English. Now let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 23, okay, and we go read verse 7, where it said, "Thou shalt not abhor Edomite." Okay, now let's get it right here. Give me a pen. Okay. And here it goes right here. Thou shalt not abhor. There it goes right there. Is Adamaya. Okay, which is Edomite, which is Adawamium or Adome. That's how they pronounce it or say it, Adome, but it's really Edomite. Now this is the Hebrew Masoretic text of Ben Chaim, 1525, approximately 1525, 1526. It was a reprint in 1866 from the British Foreign Bible Society, okay, And as you can see, this is the King James. This is what the King James, this is from the British and Foreign Bible Society, and this is the same Hebrew that the King James translators use. So this Masoretic text does not go off. It says Edomite. And that's why the King James translators translated Deuteronomy 23 and verse 7, Edomite, because this is the Hebrew in which they got it from. Okay? So with that, I'll go to the next one. Shalom, brothers and sisters of Israel. Stop being fooled by GMS, okay? Because they go take you out the way. They go lead you to destruction. Shalom.